Like all along we've been told no, even if you read the box of the masks, no under 12s, no under 13s. And overnight we got an email from the schools. They're no education unless they wear masks. I just don't think it's right at all.
What was it that inspired you to organise this event?
Well, the outcry from parents. I know I'm not alone in my horror, I guess, at this. Not a law, but it has been treated as a law for children. You know, it's mandated and it's enforcement of teachers to put masks on children, against their, bodily autonomy. We're not listening to them. Some children don't want to do this, so I'm standing here to represent those families and to respond to the outcry for those parents.
What would you say to somebody who was at home saying that this is a necessary measure to try and protect children and teachers and all the rest of it?
Yeah, I understand those concerns, but ultimately the children are there. The adults are the ones to protect the children. It's not up for children to protect their adults or appease an adult or make an adult feel safe while doing something to themselves that they're uncomfortable with. If a child is uncomfortable with a mask, we must respect that.
Have you heard a lot of stories of children who are uncomfortable with these measures?
Yes, we have thousands of children across the country that are really upset by this, and they're not able to do it. They feel claustrophobic, they're upset with it, they just don't want to do it, that's their right. They're children and why should they? Why should we enforce something on somebody that makes them feel uncomfortable? So yes, and we already have reports from secondary school children who do suffer from headaches, from nosebleeds, from skin infections in potato around their mouth, from constantly wearing a mask for 9 hours a day, a damp piece of fabric over their faces. Also, children are going to fiddle with them. What actual science is behind this? None. So we need to seriously push back at the government on this. I mean, we know the science backs up that children are not drivers of transmission. So why now the sudden U-turn on this? We must ask those questions. These are questions that need to be asked. We must ask why NEF had bypassed the HICWA review.
So what brings you out here today?
To support kids. Kids shouldn't be wearing masks. I manage my own football team out in Blanchardstown under 9s, and you can see that's affecting in the last week. The kids are coming in with coughs and they're coming in with sore chests and their lungs and all that. And I feel it's over these masks that it's affecting all the kids, and they're just not playing as the way they are, especially coming into classrooms and all. They're made wear masks and the windows and doors have to be left open. They're not allowed to wear their coats. It's a joke. A lot of parents off the football team complaining about the policy. I think it's wrong. I just think Stephen Donnelly and the government need to wake up and stop taking out on the kids. The kids need to build up their immune systems with the weather that we have now. All these colds and all will prepare them like we were prepared years ago. Will prepare them for in their long future and their adulthood, but I think they need to wake up and just cop on.
I think there's enough studies that show whether masks are safe or not for kids to wear for 6 hours a day, every day. I wear one for a few hours a day. Everybody you see, they're poking at it, they're messing around. For a child that age, they're going to get germs on it, it's going to harbour germs. I think it's going to do worse for kids and their lungs and their health in the long run if they're wearing masks all the time. Plus, I don't think there's enough evidence out there to prove and justify the need for them,
What do you think of the fact that the government for so long was saying that masks weren't necessary for children and now suddenly the policy has changed?
I think it just proves that they don't know what they're saying and they're just making things up as they go along, you know what I mean? The narrative seems to be changing too much and no one's being held accountable for it, I'm not saying that there isn't a virus, but I mean, the restrictions that are being brought in just don't add up to the numbers that are out there and the figures that are out there,
Like all along we've been told no, even if you read the box of the masks, no under 12s, no under 13s. And overnight we got an email from the schools. They're no education unless they wear masks. I just don't think it's right at all.
What do you think of the turnout? Do you think that there are a lot of parents who feel the way you do?
Yeah, I do, yeah. And I hope we get I know we have a good crowd behind us, but I know that a lot of people are in work and everything. Next time, please just take the day out and just support and show. We need to show them in our numbers. We need to stick together.
I'm here for my child. Hell hath no fury like a mother scorned. And I hope Tony Houlihan and the rest of them hear that today. They're trying to push and see what they can get away with all the time and what people are going to put up with. But it's obviously not about children's health because it's bad for their psychological, emotional health to be masked all day. It's been the same with everything in this whole thing. Nothing has made sense. There's no consistency. And people have to start asking questions because when you look at the whole picture, none of it makes sense. It's not about your health at all, it's about control.
Today I've come out here because I'm fighting for my nieces and nephews' future. I'm not a parent myself, but I see what's going on and what they're doing to the children is wrong. definitely wrong. It's what they're doing to everybody is wrong with masks, but especially the children. It always comes in history, always comes down to children for Irish people. And I'm so delighted to see how many people are coming out, and I hope they keep on doing it.
I know a couple of kids who've had COVID and they got through it fine. You know, some symptoms are a bit worse than others, but, you know, kids, this is how their immunity develops. It's natural to catch colds, flus, and your body learns how to deal with it. So natural immunity in kids can deal with this, and statistics seem to bear that out.